Hey, let me ask you this. Was it not like 10 seconds ago that the Yankees allegedly dominated the trade deadline and assembled a super pen that was finally going to stabilize their season? Do you remember that? Yeah, neither do I. You know who else does not remember any of that noise? Jake Bird. Thing about Alex is you just don't know what you're going to get. I didn't expect that. Jake Bird, a.k.a. one of the bullpen arms that the Yankees acquired on deadline day for their alleged super pen, a.k.a. the dude who gave up a grand slam in his Yankee debut, then gave up a walk-off home run last night, a.k.a. the dude who is now already on his way to Scranton because he got his ass sent down a whole 5 days after the Yankees made that trade for him. I mean, that pretty much says all you need to know about where the Yankees are right now, which is in a free fall, which is circling the drain, which is wallowing in misery, which is constantly finding new ways to lose. They've lost 4 in a row. They were just swept by the Marlins, who mocked them. They're 5.5 games back in the East. They're barely holding on to that last wildcard spot. So it's pretty much now or never to get this thing turned around. We're under 50 games left in the regular season. You would have thought that getting swept by the Marlins would have been that major wake-up call that they needed. You would think they would have shown up last night ready to make up for that now. But the Yankees decided instead to have one of their most embarrassing nights of the season instead. Fast forward to the 8th inning. Yankees are holding a 1-run lead. Devin Williams, their closer, for now, is on the bump. Jock Pederson is at the plate. And granted, Jock has chunked up some. Not that I pointed that out. I don't give a damn. I didn't point that out. However, the Yankee broadcast did. Now, I will give them this much cover. This is a pretty unique version of the fat alarm. If you've been away from the show, if you're in Indy, if you're in Denver, maybe you missed the advent of the fat alarm. We have a fat alarm for too many reasons even to mention. I don't condone it. That's the fat alarm. It exists. Anyway, that's not what they did. They didn't ring the fat alarm. I'll give you an example. The Dallas Mavericks rang the fat alarm when they moved Luke out. That's not what the Yankee broadcast team did. The Yankee broadcast team went with something a little more nuanced. The actual Ryan Ruocco comment was, and I quote, "You can see the physique definitely has evolved for Jock."
You can see the physique definitely has evolved for Jock.
That seems to be a rather nuanced way of calling a guy fat, right? But he didn't just pull the fat alarm. That's a new one when it comes to the fat alarm. Anyway, it's like a fat suggestion more than a fat announcement. A fat suggestion more than a fat alarm. Look, there is no classy way to call somebody fat. That's why you don't do it. But that's as close as you're going to get to a classy way to call somebody fat. Like, I wonder if Luka would have felt better about it if the Mavericks just said that his physique definitely has evolved.
You can see the physique definitely has evolved.
That, rather than ring the loudest fat alarm in the world. The funny part of that is Luka's physique definitely has evolved again. It's just this time it has evolved to the shredded, chiseled version. Now, again, in fairness to the broadcast, it's not totally inaccurate. I mean, Jock's physique has definitely evolved. And his production has definitely gone off a cliff this year. All of that true. It's just it was extremely unfortunate timing for the Yankees to pick this moment to point out how chunked up, evolved that this dude's physique is. Because I'm sure you've already figured out what happens next. my man, got his entire evolved physique into it, turned on it, and nighty-night.
Hit in the air to right field and deep, and this game is tied. Devin Williams serves it up, and Jock Pederson slams it out.
Yeah, Devin served it up, and Fat Boy ate it.
Fat boy!
Fat Boy!
Fat boy, how many you got, baby?
He's got one on a fat tee over the fence. Check that, an evolved physique.
You can see the physique
Evolved physique! How many you got? Evolved physique! Krispy Kreme's evolved physique!
Krispy Kreme, fat boy.
Krispy Kreme's evolved physique! Jock's like, who's the fat ass now?
Fat.
Y'all can kiss my fat ass. Tell me how my fat ass tastes.
Fat.
Man, that is so awesome. That's so awesome, except that it only tied the game. So the Yankees still had a chance to pull this one out in extras. And that's where Jake Bird got his chance to shine. And by shine, I of course mean below the game. But not before Aaron Boone had the dude intentionally walk Wyatt Langford with 2 outs, just so Bird could specifically get to Josh Young. And I bet you can guess what happens next.
1-1. And there's a swing and a fly ball deep out to left. That one is gone! Josh Young did it! Who do you want to pitch to? Well, you pick your poison, and Josh Young makes him pay. A game-winning 3-run shot in the 10th, and the Rangers take the opener from the Yankees.
What's better? Nothing. What's worse? Nothing. Who do you want to pitch to? Who do you want to pitch to? And then they immediately show Aaron Boone in the dugout. It's even more savage. Even more savage than talking about Jock Pederson's physique and how it's evolved.
You can see the physique definitely has
They put
evolved for
Booner
Jock.
right on blast, and understandably so. And also, what you don't see on the broadcast in real time is Young pimping that bomb with an epic bat flip. Look at this dude. He launches the bat halfway into orbit. I like bat flips. I have no problem at all with bat flips. But even the people who have a problem with bat flips, for whatever reason, have got to be fine with that bat flip. To chuck the bat in the Yankees' faces like that after yet another collapse really is a thing of beauty. And for the record, is there anything better in all of sports? I'm just going to ask this question. I could turn this into a poll question, but I won't. I'll just ask it. Is there anything better in all sports than intentionally walking a guy to get to another guy, only to have that guy you completely disrespected walk you the hell off? And especially if it's the Yankees who do it, and you flip your bat to Mars right in Yankee face.
Right in my face.
You know, you want to hear about the percentages and that'll happen. Is there anybody who looks worse, or probably feels worse, than the manager who called for it? The manager looks even worse than the arsonist who we put in position to put it on a tee for the batter. The manager called for it. So if you're a Yankee fan right about now, you got to be pissed. You got to be so pissed right now. You got to see the lava flowing out of New York today. I've been watching it from here in Cali. If you're a Yankee fan right now, you are trying to fire everybody's ass. You're trying to fire Devin Williams as your closer. You're trying to fire Aaron Boone as your manager. You're trying to fire Brian Cashman as the GM. You're trying to fire Hal Steinbrenner as the owner. You're trying to dig up George so you can fire him. Yankee fan is so fed up with this team, they'd pull the plug on the entire operation right now if they could, top to bottom. That's how red-assed and fed up Yankee fan is. Hey, look, I get it. Hey, let's not forget they were in the World Series last year. They got worked, but they were in the World Series last year. These dudes are the defending AL champs. They don't look anything like it. They're supposed to be contenders. Nobody thinks they're contenders. And that's a real problem considering we're talking about the Yankees. Now, when you lay it out like that, it really is a rough look for the manager. Again, you can't fire the whole team, right? So who's going to go? The manager. Of course, there are going to be people all waiting to go all Doug Collins on Aaron Boone. People who can't wait to say, if you're getting ready for work right now, then you're probably not Aaron Boone.
If you're getting ready for work right now, then you're probably not
Aaron
Doug
Boone.
Collins.
I get it. And there have been some unfortunate decisions, like the intentional walk at the end of the game last night, even the weirdness with Jazz over the weekend. Just to quickly illustrate why Yankee fan is so out of their minds right now and they want heads on sticks, look at this bizarre play from Saturday's loss to the Marlins. A routine pop-up to second base with one out and Jazz on first, and somehow this dude gets doubled off on this play.
Popped up. Edwards fires to first. It's
The
a
hell?
double play. What
I mean,
was
come
Chisholm
on.
thinking?
What are you thinking, dude? If you're watching the stream, what is going on is right. Like, what? I've never seen a dude more confused in a more obvious situation. More baffled by something so basic. It's a pop-up on the edge of the infield and the outfield to the second baseman, and he's doubled off first. There's nothing to be confused by. That's the kind of mistake that would be shocking and inexplicable in a Little League game. And not only did that happen, Jazz was not taken out of the game. Not only was Jazz not taken out of the game, Boone defended him. He defended him after the game and said, I'm not just going to take guys out for giving a crap.
I'm not just going to take guys out for giving a crap.
What? The hell kind of response is that? Wait, Jazz, the reason he got doubled off on an infield pop-up was because he gives a crap?
What?
Because he cares so much? You see, this is why Yankee fan is out of his and her mind right now. If that's giving a crap...
It's a complete crap.
If that is a complete crap, no. If that's giving a crap, what the hell does dogging it look like? This is why there's that label in New York right now that the Yankees are a country club. It's nonsense like this that has everybody all worked up, and I understand it. They should be worked up by a nonsense like this. Not only is it happening, but the manager is trying to defend it.
I'm not just going to take guys out for giving a crap.
Now, one thing about Aaron Boone, that's a horrible take. One of the worst takes ever, honestly. It doesn't make him one of the worst managers ever, but that is one of the worst takes ever. I'm not going to take guys out for giving a crap.
I'm not just going to take guys out for giving a crap.
Now, in Boone's defense, all right, so you fire Boone. So you fire Boone. Is that going to make that lineup any better? Is that going to make that rotation any better? Is that going to make that alleged super pen actually a super pen? The team's just not that good, especially with Aaron Judge not playing, and he hasn't been playing. In fact, since he hasn't been playing, they've really been in the tank. So it's pretty simple, and you might want somebody to blame, and you might need somebody to scapegoat. So you might run that manager right into the chipper. But how much is that going to really change? Maybe the energy, maybe the vibe, but it's not going to change the fact that this is just not a scary team to play, especially when Judge is not around, not at all. And that's the only hope they seem to have left, right? Because he does officially return today, but how much of a spark can you expect one guy to be? Do you expect this guy to come off the injured list and just put the entire Yankees on his back for the next 2 months? Yes, they do actually. What else do they have to hope for? What else can they pin their hopes on? They've got to hope so because they really don't have very much else to hang their hopes on. I know you don't want to hear the bright side right now, Yankee fan, but it could always be worse. It could always be worse. And I will save that just to show you that I am that guy that can see the glass being half full. Except when Chiz or when Jazz gets doubled off first on a pop fly and looks utterly baffled. And then the manager tries to defend it by saying, hey, man, I'm not taking guys out for giving a crap. Man, that's some kind of wild explanation for that play. Yankee fan reaction. So you got Toronto in first. You got the Red Sox jumping over the Yanks. Yanks barely holding on to a wild card spot. Hard to imagine, even if you think it's not his fault, hard to imagine Aaron Boone keeping that job if they complete this meltdown.